In a quiet suburb in the United States, there lived a boy named Ryan Carter. Ryan was not an ordinary student. He was very smart. He learned things quickly. In his family's eyes, Ryan was a genius. Ryan had a big dream. He wanted to study at Johns Hopkins University, one of the best medical schools in the world. His dream was to become a brain surgeon. At first, everything seemed perfect. Ryan believed his future was already bright. But Ryan, like millions of young people today, had a hidden problem. It was not laziness. It was something more dangerous. Ryan was losing connection with himself. Ryan's mind was like a computer with 50 tabs open at the same time. He sat down at his desk, ready to study a thick biology book. But after only 5 minutes, his hand reached for his iPhone without thinking. One Instagram message, one short TikTok video, then an ad email. Ryan told himself, "I will only check for 5 minutes to relax my brain." But those 5 minutes were the sweetest lie. When Ryan looked up again, it was 11 at night. Guilt rushed into his heart, but soon it was covered by a fake feeling of tiredness. Ryan went to bed with a promise he had made many times before. Tomorrow, I will start again. Tomorrow, I will change. In the United States, getting into college is a hard battle. Ryan always believed his natural intelligence would save him at the last minute. He thought being smart was enough. Ryan often looked down on his classmate Kevin. Kevin was not very smart. He learned slowly. He never used social media. Then the big day arrived. The day for SAT scores and early college results. Ryan opened his email with full confidence, but the first words he saw were not congratulations. They were, "We regret to inform you." Ryan failed. He did not get into his first choice college. His SAT score was even lower than the average score of top schools. At the same time, Kevin, the boy Ryan always looked down on, got an almost perfect score and received a full scholarship. That night, dinner at the Carter house was very quiet. Ryan's father did not yell. He did not get angry. He only sighed and placed the test results on the table. That sigh hurt more than 1,000 angry words. Ryan ran to his room and looked at himself in the mirror. For the first time, he did not see a genius. He saw a failure, a slave to cheap distractions. Ryan knew he needed help. He did not need more knowledge. He needed a new operating system for his brain. So Ryan went to see Mr. Miller. At school, students called him the monk. Mr. Miller was a former Olympic archery coach. He was famous for being strict, quiet, and a little strange. Ryan found Mr. Miller sitting quietly at the archery field. The wind was blowing around them. "Mr. Miller, I need your help," Ryan said. "I know I am smart, but I cannot focus for more than 15 minutes. My mind keeps jumping everywhere. How can I fix it?" Mr. Miller opened his eyes. He looked at Ryan from head to toe. Then he threw an archery bow to him. "Hit the center target," Mr. Miller said. "If you hit it, I will teach you." Ryan held the bow with confidence. He aimed carefully. Whoosh! The arrow flew far to the side and stuck into the grass. Ryan quickly made excuses. "It's because the wind is too strong, and this bow is too heavy." Mr. Miller stopped him. "It is not the wind. It is not the bow," he said calmly. "The problem is your eyes." Mr. Miller stepped closer and pointed at Ryan's chest. "When you pull the bowstring, your eyes look at the target, but your mind is thinking, 'How cool will I look if I hit it? And how embarrassed will I be if I miss?' You are in the future. You are in the past. You are everywhere, except right here, in this moment." Mr. Miller continued, his voice firm. Ryan, focus is not forcing your brain to work harder. Focus is removing everything that does not matter. You are addicted to dopamine. You are addicted to new things. Your mind jumps around like a drunk monkey being stung by bees. Mr. Miller gave him 4 strict rules. He called them the protocol of focus. First, Mr. Miller told Ryan to buy a special box with a timer lock. When Ryan studied, his phone had to stay inside the box. You will feel uncomfortable, Mr. Miller warned. You will feel itchy and restless, like someone who cannot get what they want. That is when your brain is being reset. The first days were like hell. Ryan sat in front of his book. His hands and legs felt shaky. He wanted to check his messages so badly, but he forced himself to stay. And something amazing happened. After deep boredom came deep focus and new ideas. Mr. Miller also taught Ryan that no one can focus forever. He told Ryan to work in blocks of time, 90 minutes of deep work, then 20 minutes of full rest. Think of your brain like a muscle, Mr. Miller said. Work hard, then rest. Do not rest while scrolling the internet. Whenever Ryan started dreaming about cars or weekend parties, he used a special word. He snapped his fingers and said, "Back to the game." This small action stopped his wandering thoughts right away. The last lesson was the hardest. Mr. Miller made Ryan sit and look at a white wall for 30 minutes without doing anything. If you cannot handle boredom, Mr. Miller said, you will never do great things. Success comes from doing boring things again and again, every day, with strong discipline. 6 months passed. Ryan had changed. He was no longer loud on social media. He was calmer. He spoke less, but his eyes were sharp and focused. Ryan walked into his big exams, including the MCAT, the test for medical school, and his final school tests. This time, he did not hope for luck. When Ryan sat at his desk, he could hear pencils moving, people coughing, and students sighing with worry. But Ryan heard nothing. In his mind, there was only a bright tunnel of light leading straight to the test paper. He remembered Mr. Miller's words, "Become the arrow. The arrow does not care about the wind. It only cares about the target." Ryan wrote, calculated, and thought deeply. He was in a special state called flow. This was the state he had trained for during 6 hard months fighting his phone addiction. Then the results came. Ryan was in the top 1% of all students in his state. The doors of Johns Hopkins opened for him. His family was filled with joy. But Ryan did not throw a big party. Instead, he drove to the old archery field to see his teacher. "Mr. Miller," Ryan said, "I did it. I won the exam." Mr. Miller was cleaning his bow. He smiled softly and said, "No, Ryan, you did not win the exam. You won yourself. The exam was only a side result." He looked straight into Ryan's eyes and said his final words. "Remember this. The mind is like a wild horse. If you do not control it, it will pull you anywhere it wants. But if you train it, it will take you to your goal." Ryan's story is not a miracle. It is a journey of giving up short, easy pleasures to gain long-term freedom. My friend, do you see yourself in Ryan at the beginning of the story? Are you letting your phone control your life? Remember this. In a world full of distractions, focus is the strongest superpower. Start training it today, not tomorrow, but right now. If you see yourself in Ryan, don't just watch, take action. Comment the word "focus" below to declare that you are ready to reclaim your mind. Share this with a friend who needs a wake-up call, and subscribe to join our journey of self-mastery. Goodbye, and remember, you are the archer. Keep your aim steady.